Carton Show with Big Mac. Great to have you here on a beautiful Wednesday in New York City. Snow on the way.
Yeah.
I want to congratulate our producer, Petey. Apparently got signed by the Mets today as he's got his Met uniform on, head to toe. I reminded him that he's not a New York Met. The hoodie's dope. No problem with the hoodie.
The hoodie is
I've never
fire.
seen that hoodie before with the Blanche white and the Mets totally in blue, no orange at all. So I'm loving the hoodie. I think that's a Fanatics hoodie. So I'll get a couple of those for us for sure. And the hat doesn't match it, and you're not on the squad. But outside of that, hope everybody's having a great day. Good afternoon, Big Mac. How are you today?
I'm doing well. In my own Yankee sweatshirt, but I hope you don't have any.
That's an old school sweatshirt. You've worn that before.
I don't think I've worn it yet, but it's an old school one.
I've seen that maybe last go-around you had it possibly.
Yeah, probably. It's probably a couple of years old.
Because my beef with your sweatshirt is that the baseball is white, the Yankees is gray. And that's confusing to me as a consumer as well.
That's incorrect.
What's incorrect about what I said? The word baseball is white.
Oh, Yankees is
the word
gray.
Yankees is Yankee gray.
Yeah.
So it's confusing to me as the consumer.
I've never noticed that.
How could you not?
The Yankee emblem is white as well.
Yeah.
But the word Yankees is in gray.
Yeah. You got conflicting colors going on.
I would have bet. I was 100% positive they were all one color. I would have.
Or maybe like the wash, accidentally like faded one out. I think that's on purpose.
Maybe there's a chance my wife bleached it by accident.
Or maybe, is it possible that was like we went to the outlets and it was a misprint by like Fanatics or something.
Maybe.
So they sold it for a couple bucks.
Maybe.
And you bought it for a couple bucks more?
I don't know.
But it looks good on you, kid.
It's not as nice as his. But
no, I like that. I like that hoodie a lot, by the way. I do. So we'll make sure we get a couple of them sent over here. I'm in a weird spot today, Big Mac. I'm in a weird spot because Jalen Brunson gets credit for turning the Knicks franchise around. Leon Rose, of course, is the president, and all the shrewd decisions he made. He's the architect of it, but let's be fair about it. If Jalen Brunson had not become the player that he became, which he was not in Dallas, to be fair, and became here in New York, the New York Knicks would not be one of the favorites to obviously make a run in the Eastern Conference to go to the finals. Is that fair to say?
Oh, more than fair.
So I'm going to get killed by Knicks fans on this, and I kind of know that going into it. But I got to be honest with you. I told you I wouldn't lie to you. So the story today is that Jalen Brunson did an article, in Vanity Fair. And in that article, he talks about how, and I'm kind of paraphrasing it, but the key words there are, I hope the Knicks do right by me. All right, that's the direct quote. The rest of it's kind of here and there, right? And obviously, he's talking about his contract when it comes up. The first time that he can renegotiate his contract is for the 2028 season. He can do a 4-year deal then. If he waits till 2029, he can sign a 5-year max deal. I'll get to the numbers in 1 second. So he's right. He did right by the Knicks when he came here and got that first extension.
He certainly
did. And he took like $130 million less than he could have gotten had he maxed out.
It was like 113, 115, something like that, yeah.
So he, in a weird way, an argument could be made, we kind of owe him. Yeah, like the Knicks owe him.
Yep.
He took a lot less money than he could have taken if he was a hard ass and said, look, I'm a basketball player. I've got a finite amount of time in my career to maximize my salary. Give me every dollar you can max give me, and I'll go play great basketball for you. He chose not to do that. And we applauded him for that because in today's day and age, there's not a lot of selfless athletes when it comes to finances, right?
Yep.
But now
he gets it. I remember saying that a lot. He gets it. He's willing to take less money, build the team. He wrote that whole letter to the fan base as they were going into the playoffs that year. He gets it, unlike many players who don't get it.
And he's now independently wealthy because of his basketball skill. And I don't begrudge him making as much money as possible. But I got to keep it a buck with you. In 2028, if he decides to sign the extension, it's a 4-year contract, $323 million. So let's just call that $80 million a year. If he waits till 2029, it is a 5-year contract, $418 million. So a little bit over $80 million a year. I have a problem with it. I can't get it out of my head. So I want to be very clear in what I'm saying. If there's a player in the league or a player playing in New York that deserves a max contract at that ridiculous number, it happens to be Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson has been the Derek Jeter of the New York Knicks.
Well.
Everything he says is right. Everything he does is right. There are no scandals. There are no page 6 stories about him. He lives his life the right way. Mm-hmm. So give him $80 million a year. As a fan, I'm good with it. But I got a problem.
What's your problem?
I got a problem. I can't get out of my head.
You don't have a problem.
I think we need to add an addendum to the NBA player contracts. And it's an addendum I've given a lot of thought. And I'll say this, and I'll be universal and wavering about it. If we're going to give you $80 million a year to play basketball, then I think it's only right that for every single game that you are a healthy scratch, you don't get paid. Because we've set a new parameter for basketball players that 65 games is the magic number. That you can miss 17 games, about a quarter almost, of the NBA season and still be eligible for all the postseason awards and all NBA and MVP and all that stuff that, egotistically does mean something to you as you compare your legacy and your career to other players, right? So we've now given players the roadmap to take off about 20-25% ballpark of the entire season and still make all that money and be eligible for all the awards. And I can't get it out of my head that $80 million to play basketball and be able to take 17 games off when you're not hurt, there's got to be something done about that. So here's my trade-off. I'm going to give Jalen Brunson a 5-year contract for $418 million if he wants to wait till 2029. And in return, I'm going to make him sign something that says if he ever takes a night off as a healthy scratch, he gets docked his pay for that game. How about that? 888-808-1019. Genius. Right. Yeah. I've solved basketball. I've saved basketball. You're welcome.
Well, I mean, it's not.
Go ahead.
The reason he plays or doesn't play, rather, the reason he doesn't play, the reason LeBron James doesn't play, which somehow is under.
I'm not talking about LeBron.
This LeBron James argument is lurking somewhere underneath this. I know it. Is because they're trying to win a championship. They believe it's what's best for the team. You don't have to like it, and quite clearly you don't.
It.
And many players, many fans don't. They go to the ball, they go to the games. They expect to see the players. You're making $80 million. Show up. It's only 82 games. I get the argument, but they're not sitting out for any other reason. Especially a 40-year-old LeBron when Jalen Brunson is playing point guard at 35 or however old he's going to be, 36 when these contracts start, piling up. It's about making sure you have the best opportunity to win. That's what it's about. It's not about he wants to go out the night before. Yeah. It's not about he's not going on vacation. Yeah. He's not going to Lake Tahoe for the weekend with his girlfriend. He is taking the days off because they believe the team that's giving him the contract. Yeah. That as a group, they have decided that's what's best for the team. I want what's best for the team. Jalen Brunson being a part of the Knicks is what's best for the team. Yes. And if him making $80 million because he already gave them a deal. He's the best player. He's now hopefully between now and then led them to a championship.
Knock on wood. That's right.
Wood. Yep. He gets $80 million. And if what's best for the team to win another championship is to give him 16, 17 days off, then that's what's in the best interest of everyone involved.
So I'm so glad you said that.
Outside of you who are sitting on your couch, cracking a beer, eating a taco, wishing that you could watch your favorite player that night and pissed off that he's not.
Well, look, and it does piss me off when guys don't play and take days off. It pisses fans off when we all save up our money. It's expensive to go watch our teams play. And that one time you get to go to Madison Square Garden to watch the Knicks play against, let's just say the Oklahoma City Thunder, and SGA is not playing, you're upset because I want to see the stars play basketball. But I'm so glad that's your argument because that seems to be the stock argument right now and a bit of the cliche argument that if it's in the best interest of the team, and I get it, you're not wrong to say that. But here's the problem. Nobody has ever explained why a guy in his 20s or 30s, keep LeBron out of it because I really was not going to bring LeBron into this. Okay. But a guy in his prime athletically, no one has yet to make the argument how asking a guy in his prime to play, I don't know, a second basketball game in a week suddenly means that guy's not going to be healthy for the playoffs or a championship push. And here's the problem with that. Because everyone that agrees with you, and you're not alone, obviously, that feels like best interest of the team, makes him more ready. There's not been a single study ever done that says playing 65 games makes you more apt to win a championship than playing 82 games when you consider those extra 17 games take place over the course of 7 months. We're saying play a second game this week. We're not saying play a game every single night. We're saying, can you do us the solid and play 2 games in a week if we're going to pay you $80 million? So my solution's perfect.
No, it's not.
If you're a healthy scratch, you don't get paid.
You're making a different argument. You're arguing against whether or not the teams are correct in their belief.
I believe they're not correct.
Okay, that's fine.
I believe the players don't want to play. I'm not saying Brunson.
You think that's
I'm not saying Brunson.
Okay, so
yes.
all right,
because you made this a more generic conversation.
Well, I get it, but my point is, to Brunson's contract, you're trying to sign the contract with him as a fan. And I'm saying the people who pay him are the organizations who will be part of the conversation that decide whether or not giving him rest is what's best for the team. You're making the argument now. Your counter is that there's no evidence to support. There's not a study. There's no evidence to support that giving him days off is better for the team. That's correct. That's a different discussion. That's a different discussion whether or not those teams are right. But they believe that. And they're going to, and you can't ask them to dock contracts or do different things under the guise of they're all coming together and making an agreement that we believe it is best.
But as a fan, I get more of my great players playing.
Correct.
Because the great players are not going to sit out if it costs them money.
Right.
We're all money hungry.
Of course.
We're all doing this to get paid.
If he doesn't get a check, he'll play.
Right. So if you say that, I don't care, any player in any team, look, here's the reality. If you want to take 17 games off and maintain your eligibility for all the postseason awards, MVP, all the stuff we talked about, that's fine, but it has to come at a financial cost to you. And here's the end result of that. You will have far less healthy scratches, far less load management games, and you and I as fans, at the end of the day, you and I are merely consumers who love the sport of basketball. You and I both happen to be Knicks fans, so we're on the same side from a fandom standpoint. But you and I as fans, it makes it better for us because now we get to see the best players play more basketball. And I know I started this as a Brunson conversation, but it does lead to the bigger picture. And that is, if you want to give Jalen Brunson $80 million at 34 or 5 years old as a point guard in the NBA, and I believe he has earned it because that's the going rate, that's fine. But if you decide that he's taking a random Wednesday off or a back-to-back off, I'm not paying him. And that's it.
Yeah, but it's
simple.
It doesn't make.
You have to give you some credit for that. Come on, give me a little credit.
Sense.
Hard for you to beat that argument.
Of course, it's
hard
easy to
for you to win that
argument.
That's a tough one for you. It's a tough spot. That's like SAT stuff for you.
No, it's not because. Okay, so take away their money, they'll play every game,
That's
and then we'll have studies on whether or not he gets hurt or not.
Okay, but there's never been a study to back it up.
I understand that. So you want to have the counterpoint, have everyone play 82 and see if there's injuries?
Yes, because they did it.
Here's the point.
Hold on, we've seen it in the 80s and 90s.
Okay,
guys played 80, 81, 82 games, and it was a much more physical game back then. And not a single guy said, my career got cut short because I played an extra game this week.
I understand.
So there is some, at least, anecdotal documentation that playing 82 games is not a negative for your career or your ability to play.
I don't know about that.
I just told you that.
You told me they didn't get hurt. You want to look at the numbers in the postseason at the end of the season? Maybe they would have been better. Like, there are reasons they believe it. And at Brunson at 34, if I think the New York Knicks' best interest is to not play him every day,
then just don't pay him.
I want him better, but I can't tell him that's what's in the best interest and then not play him.
Player always has the right to say, I want to play. And if you're going to healthy scratch a player, that player is not getting paid. And that solves all the tanking problems.
Well, that's what you're talking about.
That solves all the load management problems. And it makes me happy. And gosh darn it, Big Mac, I just want to be happy.
Do you want to be happy with the championship, or you want to be happy with watching Brunson play 82 times?
I'm much happier with the championship.
If I told you there was a 5% better chance that if Brunson missed 12 games, I understand. I know that. I know I can't, but I'm just saying.
So
if
go
they
fantasy
believe
land.
That,
go ahead.
I'm just saying. If you thought there was a 5% better chance that you would get a better Jalen Brunson in the postseason, if he sat 15 games during the course of the regular year, you would rather just take your chances that 95% of the time it won't matter.
Can I ask a question before I answer it?
I would do for a 0.5%.
I know you would,
because that's what it's about. It's about winning.
Can I ask you a question before I answer that very fair question you asked me? Can I ask?
Yes.
Can I respond to your question with a question?
I mean,
and then can I answer?
My grandmother told me never to do that. But if you want to break,
I can answer.
My grandmother's trend.
All right. Sure. Did I buy a ticket to the one game he's going to miss?
Make sure you buy a ticket that's on national
How do I
television
know?
because they
How do I know?
guarantee you getting.
You follow my point?
Yes, I get it.
It's very now. Look,
of course, but that's
if
from
I'm
a
dropping
fan
$200
perspective.
and $20 on popcorn.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, I don't pay to go to the Garden.
That's
But
what
if
I'm
I
saying.
did,
Okay.
and that's why I still maintain my representation of the average fan because I care about you people. I used to be one of you people, and I love you people. If that's the game that I'm bringing little Billy to, and it's the only game I can afford to go to, and that's the game the Knicks decide that Jalen Brunson's not playing, you don't think the fans going to be ticked off about that?
Yeah.
You know he is.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So we're on the same page on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what's the percentage of fans that is compared to the ones that watch TV and won a championship?
Obviously, only a small percentage of fans can go to games.
Yes,
It's very expensive.
I get it.
Yeah.
That sucks, but that's life. You know, when you go, hell, it might rain.
Yeah.
Not for a
different.
basketball
That's
game, but I'm
different.
just saying, like
That's
for a
very
baseball game,
different.
it might rain.
That's
Greg.
very different. That's
it's not
bad.
different.
That's of course
I'm just saying,
different.
It's when you go to a game, you understand there's an idea your player might not play. He might foul out. He might injure himself
Fouling
in
out's
the game.
different. At least he
I'm just
played.
saying, yeah, but maybe he gets injured within the
Maybe
first
he does
minute.
get injured. He played.
If for whatever reason you get knocked out of the game within 3 minutes, I'm docking your pay.
No, because you went out there and you played.
Right.
If you have a legitimate injury, you get paid.
So then you want to see exactly how they start getting around it?
Fake injuries?
5 minutes of play, it gets pulled.
Well, I'll add a caveat to my rule to protect myself against that.
The team is the one signing the contract who's going to pull him in 5 minutes. You're making a load management argument. You're not making a Jalen Brunson contract argument.
I'm doing both.
Yeah.
I'm doing both. I'll give Jalen Brunson $80 million if he plays in 82 games. It's a very simple thing. Now, here's the deal. If you want to make $70 million, then maybe I'll let you take a couple of days off. But I'm not giving guys, and this is not just Jalen Brunson, I'm not giving you a max contract at those crazy numbers if you're not playing a full season. I'm not doing it. And I know I'm always pro player. I want to be clear. He has earned the money.
Okay.
He's our best player.
So you agree with that? You have no problem giving him the contract?
I really don't.
$80 million, whatever.
Yes, because he has earned it. He's our best player.
His size, the defense, the whole
his
bit. That's
game's
not
going
an
to
argument.
deteriorate at some point as a point guard, and he's not 6'6".
Yeah.
He's 6'1".
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right?
Before we get into all the other stuff, you're cool with Jalen Brunson making $80 million at 34 years old as a point guard, his size, that doesn't play defense, and everything that goes with it is getting worse.
In a perfect world, no.
Okay.
In this world, yes.
I agree with you.
That's the best way I can answer.
I agree with you.
He's not going to be the same guy at 37. And by the way, very few athletes are.
Of course.
This is not a referendum on Jalen Brunson.
He's already taken the team-friendly contract.
Right.
He's been their guy. And if he wins a championship, I could care less what they pay him. And I hate to say that. You know, I'm the guy who wouldn't, I wouldn't guarantee myself a championship to miss games or whatever. But, like, for the Knicks, if he brings them their first championship in 73, I don't care if they pay him $100 million.
Dude, if the Knicks win a championship, I'm going out to FaradyBrand.com. I'm buying a Jalen Brunson Faraday hoodie.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the convertible next to Jalen, high-fiving him, and I'm going to help him count his money when he gets home. I'm all about Jalen Brunson.
There we go.
But the number's stupid. I'm sorry.
High.
It's just like the $400 million. It's stupid. Now, Jalen Brunson's one of those guys that does try to play every night. He's not a load management guy.
Correct.
So to his credit, I don't think this is ever going to become an issue.
It may become
an issue. But it just bothers me to my core.
30s, and you would be crazy.
Yeah.
You would be crazy as a fan to have a problem with it. I know you say there's no guarantee, there's no proof, there's no this, there's no that. I don't need my 34-year-old point guard playing every single day.
That's where you and I are fundamentally different.
I need him playing in the postseason.
Well, we got a lot to do today. A lot of basketball just out of the gate. I got mesmerized by Pete's hoodie today. Mesmerized by it. Do me a favor. Take a picture of yourself in the bathroom and send me the picture.
So
I'm calling Fanatics today.
It's too much? Yeah.
No, it's awesome.
Do they make Yankee ones just like that?
Well, let's find out.
Let's find out.
That is one of the best hoodies I've seen.
Turn around.
What's on the back?
The full big... Oh, I like it. The full big NY.
The only negative with that hoodie is that it's Kansas City Royals colors. That being what it is. That's not Met colors.
That's true.
That's Royals colors. That being said,
they did lose to the Royals in the World Series.
Yeah. What's it say about your belly? Let me see. NY. Oh, yeah, nice right there. NYM.
I think it's a great.
Yeah, the hat is a problem.
And the hat's the same color. It's an overall tan color, but
better yet, put this helmet on. All right, we'll get all your calls. 888-808-119. You're gonna be happy, Big Mac. I've done a deep dive, a little journalistic integrity into the Tony Clark situation.
Really?
And I've got some news. I found out where his mistress worked. for MLBPA.
Oh, where?
I found out how much they paid her to be his quote-unquote receptionist.
Oh, so she was his receptionist.
Quote-unquote receptionist. And the story's going to get, for our purposes, a lot dirtier and better before it goes away.
But can we answer the big question, though, that we started and that everyone has subsequently been asking?
And that is, was it his brother's wife?
Yes.
Or his wife's sister?
Or his wife's brother's
I'm
wife.
just going to leave it to those two.
Yeah, I agree.
Because the other ones are too convoluted.
Yeah.
And then you become a Mormon. That's a whole weird thing. 888-808-1019. It's the Carton Show. And now your sweatshirt's bothering me because of the different color print.
I'm
having a weird ADD day.
I swear I never noticed that.
For
I'm
real?
not kidding. I swear. You're right. The Yankees is gray and the rest of it is white.
Will you guys allow me? Can we take a picture of you guys next to each other?
Sure.
So the audience can see what I'm looking at and why I've got a headache.
His way is way nicer.
I think that hoodie's great. I'm a man of myself. I've never seen that hoodie
I want
before.
the exact same one.
Yankees,
huh? Yeah, 100%.
Nice. All right, well, let's get a picture of you guys during the break. We'll get all your calls as well. Lots cooking today. Not just Jalen Brunson's contract or Tony Clark's mistress, who he was related to. We have a big update in the world of wings, which is a very big thing for us.
Paul McCartney and wings?
No, the wings you eat.
Oh.
Yeah, a major court case.
I told you about the documentary.
A major court case about wings was settled. A judge passed his decision down today about the future of wings.
This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
We got problems all over this country, Craig.
Right?
And we got judges settling debates on wings.
Yeah, it'd be interesting what your take on this is and what your side is.
Okay.
All right, we'll get to that after the break. We'll get all your calls as well. Good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for checking us out. It is the Carton Show with Big Mac on the Fan.